Hey guys, Chad here from Take It or Leave It, here with a movie review for you for Alien Romulus. Here's the synopsis. While scavenging the deep ends of a derelict space station, a group of young space colonists come face to face with the most terrifying life form in the universe. Alright, with that down, let's get to the pros and the cons, starting with the pros. The thing for me that I particularly liked the most was I really appreciated the attempt to tie together multiple Alien-related films, and I thought that Fede Alvarez did that pretty successfully. You know, to me, this is everything that The Force Awakens wanted to be. Whereas The Force Awakens was like a complete copy and paste kind of situation, this film definitely has some copy and paste going on in it, no doubt, but Fede Alvarez picks up the ball and runs with it himself, and puts his own creative stamp on this franchise in a way that J.J. Abrams never did with The Force Awakens. And that takes me to my next pro, which is Fede Alvarez. I mean, he's really directing the shit out of this movie. From the production and set design, which just looks incredible. It's such a throwback. Everything looks like it's analog. Everything looks like it's got texture. And all that makes you feel like you're actually in the ship with them, which is how Alien and Aliens made you feel. You got to appreciate that he uses practical effects with the aliens and the face huggers. And I also thought that he had a really innovative design and execution of very common Alien staples. For example, acid blood in zero gravity. I mean, in the previous films, they had zero gravity, they had acid blood, but they never combined the two in such a creative way like this. And lastly, there's something in here for every single Alien franchise fan. I kind of look at this as a glorified fan film, and in many ways, that's a good thing about this film. That being said, this does lead me to my issues with the film. The first being that this film does feel a bit like a jack of all trades and a master of none situation. And while I appreciate the attempt here to tie multiple Alien films together, and I think it's a worthy cause, this focus on the greatest hits of the Alien franchise comes at the cost of a weak narrative. And as a result, Fede Alvarez really wasn't able to dial in and go deep on one particular thing and make it great. Instead, he decided to focus on many different things and just made them good. And that's good, I guess, but I've seen Fede do great things before, and I wanted to see great things come out of this film, not just good things. For example, how was the horror in the Evil Dead remake he did? I thought it was great. How was the horror in Alien Romulus? I thought it was good. How was the suspense in Don't Breathe? It's freaking phenomenal, like white knuckle tension, dread, and suspense. How about in Alien Romulus? It's good. You see what I mean? There's part of me that would have liked to have seen him dial in his focus and narrow his gaze a little bit to make things great instead of many things just good. And not only does this film focus on some of the greatest hits of the Alien franchise, no, it focuses on all of the greatest hits of the Alien franchise. And by that, I mean that this film feels overstuffed to a fault. And certain things in the film started to suffer as a result. For example, we see a familiar face, and that face is done in CGI, and oh my god, it was so distractingly bad. And there's the incorporation of a particular line that we all know. I'm not going to say it, but you know what it is. It's the line that had half of the audience clapping and cheering and the other half with their heads in their hands because of the cringe. And this overstuffed dynamic contributed to some of the pacing issues that I had with the film. And lastly, while I thought the performances were pretty great across the board, in particular from David Johnson and Kaylee Spaney, David Johnson does a fantastic job in this film. But outside of those two characters, I just did not care about anybody in this film. And I think that's due to a lack of character development that was necessary for the surrounding characters. You know, that's a huge reason for why Alien and Aliens are both such great films. One way or another, you connected with the characters. I mean, take Aliens, for example. Spoiler alert for Aliens, but I mean, when Bill Paxton's Private Hudson dies, oh my god, I was freaking heartbroken. When Private Vasquez takes herself out, dude, that's crushing. But when Paul Reiser's Burke bites it, oh my god, I was about to throw a frickin' party for that. Devastated or elated, I felt something when those characters died. And I never really felt that way for the characters in Alien Romulus. And look, while I do have issues with Alien Romulus, at the end of the day, I think that Fede Alvarez had a goal in mind, which was to tie the Alien franchise together in a more cohesive way, and to use this film, Alien Romulus, as a vehicle to kind of bridge us into a different direction that could breathe new life into this franchise. And I thought that Fede Alvarez did that pretty successfully, and personally, I'd love to see him head that venture. But take the reins and go, Fede. I mean, look, thank you for the greatest hits, that's great, I appreciate it, but like, dude, we trust you. Take this thing and run with it. This film definitely has elements of, well, duh. And I've got to give Alien Romulus a 7 out of 10. But those are just my thoughts, take it or leave it. What do you guys think? Have you seen this movie yet? Are you an Alien franchise fan? Do you think that this did those originals justice? Let me know down in the comments section, let's talk about it. And if you enjoyed this video but you want more information about what's on my watch list, what I'm currently watching, the kind of ratings I'm giving these films, as well as upcoming releases I'm looking forward to, don't forget to follow me on track.tv. My username is TIOLI_reviews. The link is in the description box. Go ahead and click it and start following me on Tracked, and I look forward to seeing you over there. And as usual, guys, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I really appreciate it. Don't be afraid to hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, I'm Chad from Take It or Leave It, and I'll check you later.
Check you later. Check you later.
Hey, man, get off my case.
Oh, man. Chicks don't want to hear that shit.